Welcome back to the Whiskey Couch here in sunny South Africa. My name is GUSTAV MULLER and this is Whiskey Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 98. Today's whiskey is the Famous Grouse Blended Scotch Whiskey. And it's also the first in a series that I'm going to do on some of the Famous Grouse whiskies. But let me talk about the brand first. The Glenturret Whisky Distillery, situated in the Southern Highland of Scotland. If you look at the Scotland map with the lowlands and the highland and the well-known Speyside area, then Glenturret is situated right there in the Southern Highland. Now Glenturret is considered the spiritual home of Famous Grouse, and it's owned by the Edrington, who also owns Macallan, situated in Speyside, and Highland Park, situated in the Orkney Islands. So most of the Famous Grouse expressions will contain either Macallan or Highland Park or both, and also Glenturret single malts. The Glenturret distillery history of the distillery goes back to 1775. And the Famous Grouse was first produced and bottled in 1896, but at that stage it was only called the Grouse. Famous Grouse is also the best-selling whiskey brand in Scotland, which does say something about this brand of whiskey. Now this particular one, the entry-level blended Scotch whiskey, does contain Macallan and Highland Park whiskies and other whiskies and single grains, part of this blend. It is bottled at 43%, and I believe that in Europe and in the US it is only bottled at 40%. So let's see what the Famous Grouse has for us today. The color is an amber color, screw cap of course, entry-level whiskey. You can see the color there, a little darker than a normal ex-bourbon cask whiskey, so there is obviously a bit of sherry cask influence. Quite aromatic with a slight alcohol burn and a hint, just the slightest of hint of smoke. But the sherry cask influence is there. You can smell the sherry and some raisins, dried fruit, and even a bit of banana. I don't know if it's my imagination, but there's a hint of citrus as well. Chocolate, quite malty. The grain component is not that overpowering. Vanilla and salted caramel. It's got a wonderful nose, except for that slight alcohol burn. Quite fruity, quite sweet. Dried fruits, raisins and nuts. Most of what I experienced on the nose, on the palate as well. Vanilla now with a bit of toffee, and in the end a few bitter notes, bitter chocolate. A little bit of a cereal, and then some oak spices. It's got a warm finish with some honey, a little bit of bitter notes, and the finish right at the end slightly dry. But all in all, not bad for an entry-level whiskey. Really not bad. Actually surprising, considering that it's a no-age statement. Entry-level whiskey, which is obviously a bit young. Not bad at all. With a bit of water some more honey, some more dried fruits after a bit of water. 43% ABV, so you can add a bit of water. That alcohol bite is now gone with a bit of water. There's a slight freshness to it, youthfulness, but otherwise surprisingly well balanced and smooth for such a young blended whiskey. And I think it's quite good value for money. Below $20, below £20, and here in South Africa around 220 Rand. It is actually quite good value. Quite a decent whiskey. If you want to pair this blended Scotch whiskey with a food snack, then I would recommend that you connect with the dried fruit or the nuts or the chocolate or the honey components of the flavor profile. That is why I have chosen chocolate covered raisins, but you can also take something like nuts and cranberries, nuts and fruits, or honeyed cream cheese on crackers will work well as well. But let's see what this chocolate covered raisin will do. So I'm going to try to connect to the dried fruits as well as the chocolate component of the flavor profile. Very nice, the raisin, the creaminess of the chocolate. This was made, chocolate covered raisins was made for Famous Grouse blended Scotch whiskey. Very good pairing. Thank you for watching. Remember to share this video with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow when I'm going to continue with the next Famous Grouse whiskey, Slanger.